Joining us today for Primetime Local News is international best-selling author Doug Lawrence. Thank you so much for joining us today, Doug.
Well, thank you for the opportunity to have a conversation. I look forward to it.
Of course, no problem. Really excited to have you on here because we're speaking on your release called You're Not Alone. So starting off with, I guess, the easiest question, what exactly is this novel all about?
So You Are Not Alone actually came from some conversations that I was having with some colleagues who were witnessing things in the mental health space, that there was this gap from a support structure perspective. And they said, you should write a book about it and take it from there. Maybe that's what we need to have to sort of spur organizations and people to think a little bit more. So the book is, long story short, the book is about mentoring, how mentoring can be a part of the support structure for mental health. And we kind of I unravel a lot of my own personal stories in the book itself. So some of the things I went through.
Of course, and like you were saying that you were kind of giving a little backstory of how this kind of inspired you to write this.
It did, because I went through obviously, I'm a retired Royal Canadian Mounted Police officer, and so I went through some times where I was having to deal with some pretty traumatic type events, and I had no support structure, and as a result of that I ended up with post-traumatic stress. And so the book speaks to that, and it also speaks to the aspect of what that did, not for, but what that did to my family, who ended up becoming my support structure, because the organization at that time point didn't have anything in place, and so they actually became my support structure.
Now, when it comes to this novel, what it deals with that a lot of people out there are struggling with as well, what kind of message and what you're hoping that readers will get out of this after they read this novel?
What I'm really hoping is, number one, the awareness part. So that we want, to raise the awareness of mental health, but more importantly, that mentoring can actually be a part of that support structure. And one of the big things is that it's okay to ask for help. And especially us males, we're pretty stubborn that way, where we don't we prefer not to ask for help because it's a sign of weakness. It's a horrible stigmatism that we need to get rid of. But for the most part, what I would like people to, no matter what your gender is, I would like it if you left after reading the book, if you walked away from there and realized that as a result of your reading the book, that you may have some mental health challenges, and that it's okay for you to reach out and say, I need help. Extend your hand and say, I need help, and there will be somebody there to help you to begin your journey.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's a very important message to have. I think that's really nice that you have this coming out for people to check out. Now, where can people find some more information on you and, of course, on this book, You're Not Alone, just so they can, read this and just want to find some more information?
Certainly. So the book is available on Amazon, amazon.com, amazon.ca. So it's available there for your listening audience if they so wish to go there. Just do a search on Doug Lawrence, and then if you want to direct message me, you can. And then finally, probably the easiest is just send me an email. So email is still there. So, my email address is doug.lawrence@talentc, so the word talent with the letter C on the end, .ca, and I'll get back to you as quickly as I possibly can, and we can begin our journey together.
All right, perfect, Deb. Well, I really appreciate you giving us your time and being able to speak today on this. And I think this will help a lot of people out there. So once again, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much.